showtime.
Fire and water, earth and the sky, mystery surround us, legends never die. Live here for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
Hey everybody, it's the 100 and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Blind for the DS. Now, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, if this is a handheld game, where the hell am I? Aren't I usually supposed to be present for these sort of things, but, well, I may or may not be having some configuration errors for what I've been using, but then again, this is a bit of an old system, but probably the best signal viewer that I have for the moment. But nevertheless, I start a brand new game. The first turnabout. See what we gotta do. Whoa. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look good like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, numero dos. Boy, am I nervous! Right! Oh, hi, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! I like everything! It's all over! Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! Ow! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? Who's responsible for you and her girlfriend's death? The newspaper says it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Ugh. Looks like blunt trauma to the close to the frontal lobe or something, but ugh. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was unlucky he stopped dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, if something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Let's do it! The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. And shaken, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions, answered clearly and constantly. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That would be Larry Butts. He's the one who's being put on trial today. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? I know this one. I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court records. Just touch the court record button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please, I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? Well, according to the court record right here, that's the attorney badge, Cindy's autopsy report. These are reports that is usually given to us from hospitals that determine of the victim's death on the matter. Let's see. Time of death, July 31st, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Let's see if I can be a thing. Cindy's autopsy report. So we got Cindy Stone right here. She is female, 22 years old. Victim of this case, a woman who lived in an apartment by herself. Alright. It is Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... I saw this in the court record. Hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. There's no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Submitted evidence by her prosecutor Payne. Statue added into the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Indeed. Last thing we want is him to look like a complete fool. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Oh, Chief, what do we do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. He gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butt, isn't it true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, what's it, buddy? We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas and was one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Let's see here. It apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Okay. Alright. Dude! No way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes! Older men who gave her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! You're clear to see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butt, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I'll stop him answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick! What do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this! Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? Might as well let him answer. And I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution will like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making her gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sowitz into the stand. Mr. Sowitz, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sowitz, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Alright, time to hear what he has to say. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing in an apartment. I thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran her was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Wait a minute. I've been paying attention. I remember from the autopsy. Why didn't you tell the truth? Can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used wasn't one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your per usual. English is stupid here in America. We're supposed to be speaking bullshit. Alright, let me see here. Now, Mr. Wright. Let's see here. From noon to 6 p.m. Aha! Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why? Expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court's records and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradictions evident, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out contradictions to the testimony. Alright. Let's do it. That's fine. I must be in a hurry because I left the door half open behind. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside of the apartment and I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. Dead. I wailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. That's fine. I thought to call the police immediately, but the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Hate to break it to you, buddy. But oh, I'm gonna like this. Everyone, say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Objection!
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death as sometimes after 4 p.m. There was nobody no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial! The witness may have forgot the time! After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? That's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh, God. Okay, fine. What's he have to say? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video on a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. No. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. Wait a minute. Hold it! You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else. At least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue with your testimony. Wait a minute. I've been paying attention, so don't think it's so smug. Objection!
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution had said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait! I remember now! Mr. Solid, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Alright. Let's hear your bullshit again. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. How? There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess I'll explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Something stinks around here. Hold it! That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry, I only just remembered that table clock. Table clock. The table clock in the apartment wasn't there. Hold it! Hold it! Don't know why I wasn't picking up on that one. Table clock. Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been her when I saw. Now, find the contradiction. Wonder. Referring to this? How could that be the case? Objection!
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and that statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Don't want me any hit points over the judge. Okay. Here's the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Hold it!
Hold it!
The murder weapon. Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Let's find out what I saw. Hold it! Hold it!
Hold it!
Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story. Well.
Objection!
Oh! Music stopped. Maybe that was it! I get it now. Alright, wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence! Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. Oh, that makes sense. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright. It appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? I don't want to say no for this. Guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right. Are you out of your mind? That clock doesn't look at all like a clock at all. The witness couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. It was in his testimony. Hey, you're right. Something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do it better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard! Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solid. Sound you must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I saw, yeah! Ew. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness had heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? was writing on this. Better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely this clock. In fact, which is clear, if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, you heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? You can't prove that. You don't have it in the case. Right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. So close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. It seems I cannot let you indict the witness. Fortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I could do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit! Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Actually, yes! The passport! Wait! You may can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder? Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. We want the passport! Take that!
Take that!
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong! Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, the client? He was arrested and was taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. Find a true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is the only formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, Not guilty! And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank saw at home was a common burglar. He possessed a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Marcelo had let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solid grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Numero Dos. Whew! I can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there! Congratulations! Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial and on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Oh, depression must be hitting you really hard or something. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. I think you mean Larry Butts. Thanks. I really owe you that one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? A treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I wasn't the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Wow, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick! Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she has thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Yeah, you know who gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What is she talking about? Yes.
Take that!
Yes? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive that you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, think of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks! It made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? So, our first trial came to a close. He slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends!" But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. I should count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be on one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Still, could be worse. Well, guys, that's it. Next time, we get on into the next case, as this one was, I'm pretty sure, just a trial run of what to expect, but all the evidence was there. Yeah, fun as it is, I may or may not have botched it up at one point, but to be fair, never played the game. See you guys then!